In the far corner of the galaxy, beyond the last marked star, silence ruled. No ships flew there. No colonies lived there. The space was cold, empty, and forgotten. But on the edge of that dark space, a signal appeared. It was not strong. It was not loud. It was a quiet, pulse-like, a heartbeat repeating every few seconds. Beep, ... beep, ... beep, ... The signal had no language, no code, no known pattern. The alien species called the Zarnok were the first to hear it. Their deep space listening station, Outpost K9, caught the strange sound during a routine scan. Captain Drex, an old Zarnok officer with years of battle experience, stared at the screen, his green eyes narrowed. "This signal? It's not ours, and it's not natural," he said. The young communication officer Creel nodded. "It's coming from a place we marked as lifeless." Captain Drex frowned. "Send a scout ship. I want to know what's out there." The scout ship, Vexus 17, was small but fast. It carried 3 Zarnok crew members and the latest sensor tech. Within a few hours, they reached the source of the signal. What they saw shocked them at first. There was only darkness. No stars, no light. Then, their sensors picked up a massive object, larger than any known station, almost the size of a moon. But their cameras showed nothing. The object was invisible to the eye. "We're picking up something huge," said Pilot Yarrow, "but it's cloaked. I can't see it." "Try active scan," said the captain. They fired a scan beam. That was the mistake. Suddenly, the ship's lights flickered. The engines failed. Warning, alarms screamed. A deep voice filled the ship's systems. "Cold, robotic, human. You should not be here." Then the signal cut. The Vexus 17 disappeared from all channels. Outpost K9 tried to call them. No answer. Captain Drex stood frozen. They're gone. The fear spreads 2 days later. A damaged drone returned. It had auto-ejected from the scout ship before the end. It carried only one short video clip. Captain Drex watched the footage in silence. At first, only static. Then a shape appeared, a dark outline of a ship, gigantic, like a fortress. Its design was not Zarnak, not from any known empire, and on the side, in faded white paint, were 2 words, UEN, vengeance. Captain Drex's eyes widened. The humans were gone. Or so they thought. The last time any species had seen Earth or a human ship was over 40 years ago. Earth had gone silent. No messages, no travel, nothing. Everyone thought the humans had destroyed themselves. But now, a warship had appeared, out of nowhere, alone, silent, deadly, and it was human. The Council is alerted. The Zarnik High Council was immediately informed. The footage was shown in the Grand Hall. Other species like the Cerni, the Quora, and the Threll were invited to watch. Panic spread. If that ship is human, how is it still alive? Where has it been hiding? Why is it in deep space? And the biggest question, was it alone? One Threll ambassador whispered, "That ship didn't attack to destroy. It attacked to send a message." But no one could understand the full message. Yet bot panic was rising. After the disappearance of scout ship Vexus 17, many believed it was a technical failure. Others knew better. Captain Drex had seen the footage. The dark warship, the chilling voice, the words painted on the side, UEN vengeance. But the biggest mystery was still unanswered. Why was the ship here, and what did it want? A risky mission on the other side of the Zarnok system, a diplomatic cruiser called Solari 1, was quickly prepared. It was not a warship. It carried translators, diplomats, and peace symbols. "We must try to communicate," said Counselor Nira, a calm and intelligent alien leader. "If this is truly human, we must know their purpose before others panic and strike first." Captain Drex disagreed, but the Council voted Solari-1 was sent. Its mission, make contact, avoid aggression, discover the truth. Entering the void as Solari, 1 approached the last known signal location. The crew grew silent. The stars seemed to fade. The void around them felt wrong, too quiet, almost like something was watching. Then the sensors froze. Lights flickered, engines slowed. Static filled the speakers. And then it came. The same deep voice from the first incident. "You were warned." The crew tensed. No one moved. A translator spoke into the mic, shaking, We come in peace. We seek to speak with the captain of the UE and Vengeance. There was silence for 5 long seconds. Then, without warning, the ship's screens came to life. A face appeared. The human face. He looked human, but not like the old Earth recordings. His eyes glowed slightly. His skin was pale, like he hadn't seen sunlight in years. His uniform was black, with the UEN symbol faded on the chest. His voice was cold. "I am Commander Rourke. This area is now restricted. You violated our space." Counselor Nira spoke calmly. "We believed humanity was lost. Earth has been silent for decades. Where have you been?" Rourke stared directly into the camera. "Humanity never died. We watched. We waited, and we remembered everything." "Remembered what?" she asked. Rourke leaned forward. "Your betrayal." The past revealed before anyone could respond. The screen shut off, but a file was transmitted. Inside was old footage battlelogs, broken treaties, images of burned human colonies, destroyed by alien fleets during Earth's last war. Many of those records had been erased from the galactic archives. Now the truth returned. Aliens hadn't just ignored Earth, they had attacked it when it was weak. Earth had vanished. Tension on the bridge. Counselor Nira stood frozen. The ship's crew looked at her, confused and afraid. One of them whispered, "If he's right, then we are the villains." The human ship remained still, weapons cold, but the message was clear. Don't come closer. The diplomatic mission turned back. No attack happened. No further words were spoken, but the silence was worse than war. Galaxy Reacts news spread fast across the systems. Alien races argued in their halls. Should we attack before the humans build more? Maybe it's only one ship. No, the way he spoke. Earth may have rebuilt in secret. For the first time in decades, fear of humanity returned. The Zarnok Grand Council chamber was filled with noise. Voices clashed. Screens flashed with reports from deep space. Fear was growing fast. All across the galaxy, strange signals were now being picked up. Not just 1, but 5. Then 7. Then more. Each one matched the signal of the first human warship UN Vengeance. The signals were not aggressive, but they were getting closer. Fear in the room. Ambassador Groke of the Threll slammed his fist on the table. "We let humans live. This is what happens." "They were supposed to be extinct," shouted another. "They never died," Captain Drex growled from the shadows. "They just went quiet, and now they've returned." Counselor Nira, still pale from her contact mission, stood up. "We were wrong about them. We thought Earth was finished. We thought the last war destroyed their people." She paused, but they didn't die. They evolved. In the darkness, playing the footage, Rex walked to the center and played the human transmission again. Appeared cold, still full of silence and power. "I am Commander Rourke. This is not a warning. This is a memory. We remember the flames. We remember the silence. And now we return." The room fell quiet. Even the strongest alien warriors felt a chill in their bones. "These aren't survivors," whispered Counselor Nira. "These are Avengers." The denial begins. The Cerny representative tried to laugh it off. This could be a trick, maybe just a pirate ship with old tech. "No pirate ship moves like that," Drex snapped, "and only humans had that design," another representative added. "Why reveal themselves now?" Drex answered. "Because they're ready, war or peace." The council was split. Some wanted to prepare for war. Others said, "Wait, try to speak again." But every second, the human signals got closer. Silent, unstoppable. The scariest part? Not a single weapon had been fired. The humans were not attacking. They were just arriving. And somehow, that was worse. The ship description from the recovered data of the Vexa 17, engineers finally reconstructed a full image of the UEN Vengeance. Over 10 kilometers, long coated in black reflective metal shape, a floating fortress. Almost like a blade, no visible windows, only red glowing lines. Power source, unknown weapon systems, undetectable. Until Fire Devon Zarnok military ships were no match. "It's not just a warship," Drex said. "It's a ghost built for revenge." Secrets from the past. Counselor Nira showed old record secret ones decades ago. The Zarnok, Cerny, and Threll had quietly agreed to strike Earth during its resource crisis. Human colonies were bombed. Trade was blocked. Earth begged for help. The Council did nothing. And when Earth went silent, they celebrated now. The silence had turned into thunder. Hidden truths some in the room still doubted. But then, a young officer rushed in with a datapad. Breaking report. One of the human signals just passed near the Caro Nebula. No contact, but they left something behind. The Council zoomed in. It was a floating probe. On it, a symbol, Earth. Below it, a simple line of human text. We're not here to talk. It was supposed to be a normal day on the Zarnok Prime News Network. Citizens watched entertainment, sports, trade alerts. Nothing special. Then every screen across the planet went black. Even military channels. Even encrypted ones. For 10 full seconds, there was silence. Then, a voice.cold.com. Human. The broadcast begins. People of the galaxy. You forgot us. The screens lit up with a single image. A massive warship floating in darkness. Its size blocked the stars behind it. Then the face appeared. Commander Rourke, wearing a black uniform with a faint Earth symbol on his chest. His eyes looked straight through the screen. You left Earth to die. You watched us burn. You closed your gates and said nothing. He paused, but Earth did not die. The message to every race, every empire, every colony received the same message. Translated instantly, no one could block it. No one could trace it. Rourke continued. We remembered every face, every attack, every silence. Now we don't. Come for war, we come for memory. His eyes narrowed. So you never forget what happens when you betray humanity. The warship moves at the same moment. The UEN Vengeance passed through a major star system, the Quara Nexus, one of the largest alien trade zones, but the ship did not fire, it did not speak. It simply passed through slowly, silently, casting a shadow on every station it passed. Billions watched it float by. No weapons were aimed. No ships stopped it. No one even tried, because no one dared. Reactions across the galaxy and the Cerny High Command. Military leaders shouted. This is psychological warfare. They're showing us they can enter anywhere without fear. In Threll space, citizens fled from outer colonies in secret. Leaders began asking each other, how many ships do the humans have? Where are they hiding? What do they really want? But no one knew, and Rourke gave no answers. The Ghost Fleet grows new. Signals began to appear across the galaxy. UEN Wrath, UEN Shadow, UEN Justice, each ship was different in shape, but all massive, all silent. All carried old Earth markings. Alien spies confirmed something even worse. The ships weren't using alien fuel. They weren't using standard engines. They were something new, something built in total isolation. Humanity had been alone, and had used that time to create monsters. The old human flagon, the moon of Necro 5, a small scout team found something strange. A single black flag planted in the sand. No messages. No guards, just the old flag of Earth burned at the edges, waving slowly in the wind. On the back of the flag, carved by hand, we offered peace. You gave us fire, so now we carry both. Commander Rourke's final words, the last part of the broadcast, returned to Rourke's face, his voice now low and heavy. We are not here to speak again. We spoke once, we were ignored. So now, we act. No more councils, no more debates, just memory and judgment. Then he gave a simple warning. The stars you rule are not yours anymore. The screen-cut dot in the Korath system, weighted over 120 battlecruisers built by the Threll Empire, hovered above a gas giant. They had shields, plasma weapons, and the best AI targeting systems in the quadrant. The Threll were proud warriors. Their leaders believed in strength. So when the humans sent no more messages, only silence, they took that as a challenge. If the humans want fear, we'll give them fire, said Admiral Zur of the Threll. He ordered his fleet to form a wall, a trap, right in the path of the approaching human warship. That warship was the UEN Wrath. The first sight at exactly 0900 galactic time. It appeared the human ship didn't jump in like normal vessels. It just faded in. No flash, no sound. One moment, the space was empty. The The next, a dark shape floated between the stars. Longer than 10 Thrall cruisers, covered in black plating that reflected no light. Its engines made no sound. Its weapons were hidden, but its presence was heavy like gravity itself. Admiral Zur stared at the screen and whispered, "By the stars." The warning before anyone could speak. A message appeared on every Thrall ship, text only. No voice. Do not fire. Admiral Zur laughed. "They think we'll obey one message?" He raised his hand. "Fire all weapons. The storm begins lasers, plasma belts, smart missiles, nuclear charges." Over 3,000 weapons flew toward the UN Wrath. The dark ship didn't move. It didn't shoot back. It just watched. And then the last second, it vanished. Not destroyed, not hit, just gone. The Thrall fleet went silent, confused. Scanners showed nothing. Admiral Zur shouted, "Where is it?" The real fight then, one by one. Thrall ships began to explode. Bridges were flooded with gas. Systems shut down in perfect order. One after another, ships turned into fireballs. In less than 5 minutes, half the fleet was gone. No one saw the enemy. No one heard a sound. The UN Wrath reappeared at the center, still untouched, still silent. A message in the flames as the last Thrall battleship tried to escape. Its screen lit up with a final message. "This was a test. You failed." Then the ship exploded from the inside, and the UN Wrath disappeared once more, leaving behind only burning metal and silent space. Galaxy reaction when news of the battle reached the Thrall Council. Chaos broke out. A full fleet had been destroyed by one human ship. No survivors, no sensor data, no signs of traditional weapons. Other empires panicked. If that's what one ship can do, what about all of them? If this was a test, what happens in the final exam? And worse, none of the other human ships had moved yet. What the humans used daily and scientists reviewed all the wreckage. What they found shocked them. The attacks came from inside the systems. The power failures were timed perfectly. Some of the destruction was caused by code injections, not weapons in short. The human ship had hacked the entire fleet mid-battle and destroyed it without firing a single traditional shot, ending hook. The galaxy was no longer calm. The destruction of the Thrall fleet shook every star system. One human ship UN Wrath had erased over 100 advanced warships in minutes, without showing itself, without traditional weapons, without mercy. Everyone had the same question now. Where did this power come from? And more importantly, what happened to Earth? Searching for answers in the cold halls of the Galactic Data Archives, deep under the moon, Sarah 9. Researchers worked day and night. They searched every record, every communication, every old file. Earth had gone silent 47 years ago. No messages, no traffic, no trade. Some believed Earth had fallen to war or disease. Others thought the humans gave up and destroyed themselves. But now, they weren't just alive, they were stronger than anyone imagined. The last recorded message, young researcher, found something strange. A final message sent from Earth decades ago. It was ignored by the Galactic Council at the time. It read, "Earth requests assistance. Multiple colonies under attack. Civil systems failing. We ask for aid before collapse." There was no reply. The Council voted to stay silent the next day. Earth went dark. The truth revealed. More secret files surfaced. Images of Earth cities burning, human ships being shot down, colonies abandoned, children begging in old spaceports. The truth spread fast. The galaxy didn't just ignore Earth. It betrayed it. Aliens closed their gates, cut trade, and let humanity suffer during their darkest time. Why? Because Earth was weak and no longer useful. Where did they go? The Zarnok Council ordered a deep space scan of Earth's old location. But what they found was terrifying. Earth was gone, not destroyed, but moved. Satellites were missing. Moons were relocated. The entire solar system was filled with decoys and false signals. Somehow, humans had erased their home from the maps. One engineer whispered, "They didn't die. They disappeared on purpose." Human evolution reports from wreckage scans showed another frightening discovery. Human tech was no longer natural. Ships ran on unknown energy. Materials were beyond metal-like, living steel. Code systems were part machine, part organic. Crew members showed signs of genetic upgrades: calm, cold, fast, unshakable. Humanity had not just rebuilt, it had transformed Rourke's. History: a private file was leaked. Commander Rourke's old ID. He was once a pilot cadet, stationed on a distant Earth colony during the fall. His colony had begged for help. No one came. He had survived, and now he led the Ghost Fleet humans who crawled out of fire, trained in silence, and built weapons in forgotten space. Fear returns. The Galactic Council met again. Anger turned into fear. They realized the real danger was not just the ships, but the mind behind them. If Earth could vanish for 47 years, survive alone, build this kind of power, what else had they built? How many ships were hidden? How many humans were still alive? Was Earth even a planet anymore? Something far greater? The galaxy held its breath. The destruction of the Thrall fleet, the silent rise of the Ghost Fleet, the unanswered question of Earth's disappearance, and now the fear of something bigger. Everyone believed the Yuian Vengeance and Yuian Wrath were alone. Two deadly warships, two ghosts from Earth's forgotten past. But they were wrong. Very wrong. The first shadow in the Vaxxer Belt. A mining station picked up a strange signal. It was old An Earth. Frequency not used for decades. The miners scanned for ships. Nothing then, a technician gasped. There's something there. It's not one ship. They switched to thermal view. 17 large heat signatures appeared from the black, all moving together. No lights, no sounds, just shadows and formation. They are not alone. Within hours, more reports flooded in from different systems. A colony near the Hilari star saw 5 black ships pass silently overhead. A patrol in Sector 19 went dark after spotting a long, flat vessel with no visible engines. A listening post near the Kira Nebula intercepted a message repeating in English, "We are not alone. We were never alone." The galaxy realized the truth. The Yuian Ghost Fleet is massive. Not 2 ships, not 10 hundreds, maybe more. A dead system reawakens then. The biggest shock came: a forgotten star system called Spalneen, once a failed colony project, suddenly lit up. Energy spikes, ship movement, shield activity. Scouts rushed to observe. What they saw made history: a full human fleet in orbit. Hundreds of ships, each one designed for war, all black, all silent. In the center, a massive station floated shaped like a star. At the top of the station, the Earth emblem. Below it, bold letters read, UN, Legion, the final broadcast that night. The voice of Commander Rourke returned. Every screen, every device, every system. This time his tone was different, still calm, still cold, but louder. You thought we were broken? You left us to die. You laughed at our silence. But Earth was never silent. We were building, in the shadows and the dust. And now, we remember everything. He paused, then said the final words. We were never alone, and we never will be again. The galaxy reacts across the stars. Alien leaders panicked. Some called for surrender. Others wanted to negotiate. A few prepared for war. But one thing was now clear. The humans didn't just return. They had come back organized, powerful, and unforgiving. This was no small rebellion. It was a galactic shift. The rules had changed. The Ghost Armada moves into silence of deep space. The Ghost Fleet moved. Thousands of black ships, flying in formation, perfectly timed, like a machine. No diplomats, no warnings. They didn't want to rule. They didn't want peace. They wanted the galaxy to remember. And they had the firepower to make sure no one forgets again.